Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Chrissy T. I am back with a review of Baddies East. Honey, the baddies are back and the baddies are fighting. Girl, when I tell you they're fighting, they are fighting. They was with the shits the very first episode. Honey, the girls arrive on the East Coast where many are called but only a few chosen. And only a few was actually welcome. And we see that play out in the very first episode, with Roly-Poly and Sukiyana going back and forth, ready to throw hands, honey. Okay, they were talking about who snatches good, who snatches bad. Somebody said Roly has an STD, and she went and charged towards Sukiyana. Girl, and that's when the scene cut. Now, this is something that's going to play out later on in the season, but this is just the beginning for this episode, honey. So, the girls arrive in LA. Natalie, the grande dame, the mother of the baddies, the baddest of them all, her words, not mine. So she arrived in her leather dress with some silver Givenchy leather boots, looking real cute. And then we have Roly-Poly, who comes after her. She looks good, hair laid, face beat to the gods. I can tell she got her body done, which she told us about on Instagram several months ago. But the girl looks good, looking real good. She said she's going to give us more of Gia Mayhem this season because she gave us Roly-Poly in the past seasons. And she said Gia Mayhem is fun and outgoing, but don't get it twisted. She will slap a bitch if she has to. And Krishan rose up very pregnant on the phone with who, you guessed it, Blueface. Girl, go home. Then Stunner Girl arrives next, serving face and body. I'm surprised to see her back here the way she ended Baddies West. So this is surprising. I would like to see how far she lasts in this season. Then Scotty with the body pulls up, serving body and face. Looking very much lackluster with a blonde bob. She looks good, but very lackluster. I expected more from her. So Scotty says she ain't playing with you hoes this season. So y'all better be ready because she coming for all you hoes. So you can try her if you want to. So Natalie, they're all at the table. Natalie is confused that Krishan is there, but she's the one that asked her to come back. Natalie is telling Krishan that she better not hit anybody because you just might get your ass hit back. Natalie is showing them the Baddies East girls. So first we got Sky from Black Ink Crew. She's an OG of reality TV. She says she's engaged. Congratulations. Then we have Wo Vicky. Now, she's another baddie B. She is one of those girls that act black, but not really. More of a caricature. So she says she is not a baddie, but she's a woman of God. Well, girl, you're on the wrong show. You should probably be over there with Joel Osteen or Joyce Myers. Why are you here? So she says she's trying to be a good example to the other girls. No one is really feeling Ro Vicky except Krishan. The other girls was like, next. So then we have T. She is a social media sensation. She does comedy skits. She's a rapper. She said she's best known for her butt. Okay. And she also has been on Wild and Out. Next, we have Camila. She was on Bad Girls Club. Natalie describes her as her arch nemesis. And she's saying the only reason she is on this show is because the fans ask for her. But she does say whenever she sees Camila, it's on sight. Because every season of Baddies, she always talking smack on the internet. So I hope you're ready for those hands, Camila. Because like Natalie said, it's on sight. But we all know Natalie don't have hands. But Camila does. If you've seen her in Bad Girls Club, you know that she definitely had hands. And I don't think Natalie is ready for that smoke. You don't want to, sis. Then we have Sia. She refers to herself as a masculine presented woman. She does not like the word dyke. I've never seen this woman, nor have I heard from her, but I do think this would be an interesting dynamic with her on the show. Next up, we got Mariah Lynn from Love and Hip Hop. And girl, Mariah Lynn got into a fight at the casting call and got her chain snatched, which she has yet to get back. And the girl who snatched her chain is actually on the show. And she wore it to the party that night when they all went out after the casting call and never gave the girl her chain back. And girl, next we got Smiley. She is the girl who snatched Mariah Lynn's chain. So what happened is Smiley got into a fight with Mariah Lynn's sister, okay, and ended up snatching the chain from her. Smiley refers to herself as a celebrity plug. Next, we got Anna Mac. I've never heard of her. She said she's a singer. When she did sing at the casting call, she blew me away. Now, Scotty is not a fan of Anna Mac because she said Anna Mac is always talking smack on Twitter and don't have the hands to match. But we'll see very shortly that she does have the hands to match because Scotty tries to pull up on her and she gets done up, but not once, but twice. So next, y'all, we got Tasheki, which is Krishan's sister. She's a singer too, and her and Natalie get into it because Natalie overstepped her boundaries by going up to this girl and then questioning her about her own sister. And Tasheki didn't appreciate that. So Natalie thought it was okay to go at her on behalf of Krishan. But at the end of the day, girl, they are family. So Natalie threatened to whip her ass, which she didn't do. So Krishan really didn't want her sister on the show because her sister tried to fight her on her own show that she has with Blueface. And Krishan wasn't really feeling that. But also at the same time, she wasn't feeling Natalie going after her sister. And she agreed Natalie overstepped her boundaries. And Natalie's trying to, say that she did that because of her. And Krishan said that wasn't cool because at the end of the day, that's my sister. And you should have stayed out of it. So they going back and forth and back. Natalie keeps saying Krishan is the one told her to do it. And Krishan is saying she lying. So the girls finally leave LA. And shortly after they arrive in D.C., they start to film. So Natalie had a brief run-in with Krishan's sister and her family. It was like 20 of them out there, girl. And of course, Krishan chose to be there for her family. They outside the hotel about to throw hands. When I tell you Krishan had her whole damn family out there, girl, she had her whole damn family out there. She said her and her sister are on one accord, and if her sister's beefing, she's beefing, period. So Natalie yelling, talking about she make $20 million a year. They need to go make her money. And then she said something about Krishan's mom not having teeth. Now, Natalie, you know it's on at their reunion. They coming for you, girl. Don't write a check your ass can't cash because you know at their reunion they are coming for you because her mom had nothing to do with this. So they finally stopped fighting. Natalie and Scotty, they get back to the hotel, right? So Natalie is talking about she wants to do a brunch and she's trying to figure out who they should invite or not. So she doesn't want to tell Scotty who's coming because she claims she don't want her to be on go right away. Instead, you're going to have her being paranoid by not letting her know who's going. And then she going to be looking over her shoulder every 5 minutes because she don't know who to expect. So Natalie asked her who she don't have beef with or who she don't want to see so she can bring them to the brunch so they can get it squashed or not bring them to the brunch at all. So Scotty says she got beef with Anna Mae, Miss Twitterfingers. And when she see her, it's definitely on site. So we see from there that she's going to invite Anna Mae. But she bringing these girls together who's beefing, but she didn't bring none of the girls she beefing with. Natalie, you so scary and very messy for you to invite all the people who have beef, but leave the ones out that you're beefing with. Then you pretend everything was all good with you and Camille, but when she show up, you go charge at her. So she not even expecting it. And you got her off guard. So then we go to Krishan and her sister. They are bonding. She asks Krishan, what does she think of the lineup as far as the cast is concerned? And then Krishan says, clout chasing at its finest. And that's true because Natalie brought Rolly and Stunner back knowing they don't get along. And then to bring Mariah Lynn and Smiley together, knowing that Smiley beat up Mariah Lynn's sister at the casting call. Not only that, you're going to be messy bringing Camila, knowing you don't like her. So she's coming in this situation blindsided because she think y'all good, only for you to ambush her in the next episode. So while Krishan and her sister are bonding, Stunner Girl shows up unannounced, uninvited. So she comes in and Krishan tells Stunner Girl she was being real fake in that office with Rolly. She's talking about, well, I ain't trying to be a bully and I'm not trying to fight a bitch that don't want to fight her. First of all, Stunner Girl, I don't think you can bully Rolly. You could have kept that one to yourself. There's no way in hell you can bully Rolly. Just say you were scared, girl. So then she asked Tasheki if she's willing to have a sit down with Natalie to discuss their problems. Are you willing to sit down with Rolly and discuss your problem? Yeah, girl, bye. So as far as Tasheki wanting to sit down and discuss things with Natalie, to make a long answer short, hell no. Krishan said Natalie ain't a fighter, which is all facts. She has a big ass chin and a big ass mouth. So the baddies finally arrive for brunch. They all sit down. They're about to drink. Well, Vicky says she is not a drinker. You can give her a mocktail or some water. So Scotty sits down, honey. She looking around over her shoulder because she already know she about to get bopped upside her head. So Woe Vicky starts a prayer before the girls eat. And Natalie said she needed every bit of that prayer because she was attacked last night. Talking about Krishana, her family, but she was not attacked. Natalie started the whole fight. So y'all, finally, Anna Mac shows up. Okay, Scotty jumps from her seat waiting for her. So she's trying to stay ready so she don't have to get ready. So Scotty sees her coming in. Scotty jumps up, charges towards her. Scotty punching the air while Anna is bopping her in her head. Scotty pulling hair. Security finally pulls them apart and they go in for round 2. So Anna May is standing on a table in front of Scotty. So they going back and forth. So Scotty had every opportunity to grab her legs and throw her on the floor, but she didn't. She run towards her, do absolutely nothing. Anna jumps off the table, girl. Knock that hoe on the floor and get to drilling her in her head. Beating her down, girl. And then you see Woman of God, Woe Vicky in the background. Girl, with her... She in the background with her camera phone out, girl, recording the whole thing. So they doing all this fighting and none of the wigs came off. So they did a good job this season with securing the hair because all that hair pulling Scotty was doing. Scotty, FYI, never underestimate your opponent. Just because she was little and you're like 5 inches taller than her, you thought you can beat her, but she whooped you, girl. So next week we see Scotty trying to go for 2 more rounds. That's insanity. Doing the same thing over again, expecting different results. She whoop you twice, she gonna whoop you the other 2 times. Scotty, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You got beat down by a newbie, a tiny newbie at that. You just wanted to prove yourself. You didn't need to do that. You picked a fight and you literally got picked apart. So the next time you want to run up on someone, do us a favor and don't. And did y'all see their makeup? No one's neck matched the face. The makeup was way off. Or maybe it was just the lighting. I don't know. I like what they did with this episode. They didn't leave us hanging. You know, they showed us the fight immediately. They got right into it. I can't wait for the next episode. That is the end for this recap. I will see y'all next week. Bye.